Hey everyone, Officer Brick here. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at all my city construction vehicles. That's everything you see here. And just about all of them are MOCs, with the exception of two, the bulldozer and then the large transport truck and trailer in the back. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at each one of these items individually, and I'll show you what they are and what their sort of designation is, and then any changes I've made along the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, first up, here we have my excavator MOC, and this is meant to be one of the large, more industrial size excavators, and this is one that I was quite happy with in terms of its overall look. It yeah, as I said, you know, it's meant to be one of the larger style industrial ones, maybe one you might see in a quarry. And yeah, if you just take a look at the back here, this is the part that I was really happy with, getting it all rounded out in the back. And those pieces in the back, of course, are just the wedge pieces that you would use for the roof on a truck. And I think that that really worked out. And then, of course, here kind of got that little warning, machine backs up. Yeah, that came off of one of Lego City's mining, one of the mining vehicles. I don't remember which one it was. But you know, I harvest parts sometimes and then use them for my MOCs. But anyways, so yeah, we've got the excavator here, and the boom can raise up, and the bucket is functional. You know, it can collect your materials, and you know, it works considerably well. Whoops, this came apart here a little bit. That's okay. And yeah, you know, it really does have that look, and it has good reach to it. And of course, you know, you've kind of got like these hydraulic or pneumatic or whatever you want to call these pieces. They just sort of keep that boom up, and it can rotate 360 degrees, you know, as we can see here. And yeah, no, there's not a ton to really say about this. I was just trying to put together a vehicle that looked like an excavator, and this is ultimately what I came up with. Is it 100% accurate? Of course not. None of my MOCs are ever really 100% accurate, but it does have a lot of realism nonetheless. And then you can just sort of see the operator's compartment on the side here. You just got a door that opens up. Operators got the two joysticks inside. It's yeah, no, it's a good vehicle. Definitely a must when you have a construction site. And yeah, no, not a lot more to say about it. I'm still pretty happy with this vehicle. I can't see myself making any changes to it in the future. Back end here, you got all your engine covers and exhausts and everything. It's yeah, no, it's overall a good construction vehicle. Just of course, my bucket's not cooperating a little bit, but that's okay. These pieces get worn a little bit. But yeah, that's my excavator. Okay, let's move on. All right, next up we have my Backhoe MOC. And yeah, this is another one that I was quite pleased with. It's yeah, decent little truck, little tractor. It has all the right shapes to it, really. Of course, I have modded it since the last time I featured this in a video, and the modifications are basically the front here, the arms that attach to the bucket. I decided to use Technic pieces. Previously, I had used the bent arm lengths, and I do like that better. I think it gives it a more cleaner look, so that I'm more pleased with. And then in the back here, I'll just sort of focus in a little bit here. I've changed the outriggers. Before I was just using sort of the yellow pneumatic pieces, and yeah, no, they're still functional. I mean, they still come down, and they can still lift the back up a little bit, you know, where the wheels are able to kind of spin a little bit. And yeah, you know, that's good. It still has the right look to it. And of course, the other part that I was trying to get more accurate was the back digger here with the small bucket. Yeah, no, I wanted to get more of a rounded shape in the back, because, you know, realistically, that's sort of how they look. And yeah, so I spent some time putting that together, and I mean, it's still functional. The back here can kind of just come out, and the shovel can just sort of reach, and it does swivel from side to side. So, you know, overall, it is very much functional, and very much a vehicle that I'm proud of. The only other thing was, I had side mirrors on here before that were attached to this bar, and I took them off because I just found that they got in the way. Sometimes it's easy to put a bit too much detail, but yeah, no, overall, I am very satisfied with this vehicle now more than ever. So I think that's all I got to say about this one. All right, let's keep going. All right, and again, here's another more recent build. This was my front end payloader, and this was sort of modeled after kind of a Caterpillar payloader. And yeah, no, this I'm quite happy with. I really like the looks of this tractor. The only thing that I've done differently is the bucket in the front. That was something that I had changed. I wanted to have a larger bucket, and I wanted it to make a bit more sense versus having the smaller bucket before. And, you know, I do now. And I mean, overall, it's functional. You know, it can dump into the back of a truck, dump truck. It's yeah, no, it's a lot better than it was before, and I like the looks of it overall. It's got the big beefy tires. You know, you got your lights in the front there. Cab section's all closed in. Got our exhaust. And we'll just take a quick look here in the back. You know, you got your heavy duty bumper, your backup lights. It's yeah, no, overall it's a good vehicle. Another one that I'm pleased to have in my city. Next up, here is my road grader, and yeah, no, this is another favorite of mine. These large road graders that you see sometimes on construction sites, or sometimes you see them in the winter, you know, just sort of plowing streets. And yeah, this one here sort of modeled a little bit after a Volvo. And the only thing I had changed on it a little bit were the little side steps here. I just added ladder pieces instead. But yeah, the wheels here, they can turn in quite a bit, which is quite accurate for road graders. And you got your large blade here, which you can turn just about 360 degrees. And then as we come to the back of the road grader here, we've got a ripper, which would be used to sort of tear up, you know, pavement or asphalt or whatever site it might be working on. But yeah, no, this one here, I'm still quite pleased with this one. It has the right shapes, and yeah, no, overall I think it's a really good looking vehicle. It sort of used these elephant tail pieces to put the front lights on, and thought that worked out quite nicely. But not a ton to say about this. Very nice display piece. A little bit fragile here still, but I didn't want to compromise on the front. I just really wanted to have that shape, the right shapes, and it worked out. Now in the future, maybe I'll look at doing something a little bit different or modifying a bit, but for now I'm very, very pleased with it. All right, here we have the Asphalt paver, and yeah, no, this wasn't based on any real-life asphalt paver. This is just sort of my interpretation of one. They're fairly large vehicles here, and you know, I tried to get the shapes as close as I could to what the real one sort of looks like. You know, on the front here, you kind of got your hopper with the materials inside, and these little doors you just open up, so you can always have your truck come back up, dump the materials in, and then just sort of leave. And yeah, sort of what this is meant to do here is, you know, all the materials in the hopper being fed in through a conveyor, which basically goes underneath the vehicle into the back, and then you've got this screed in the back, which is basically what's flattening out your surface, the heated screed. But yeah, no, it's an interesting vehicle. It's not something that Lego's really produced, in all honesty. I have never seen one produced by Lego, but you know, it's just a fun little vehicle to have, and it completes any construction site. And here is my soil compactor. You could call it a steamroller, but that is an antiquated term. This is, but yeah, no, it's got the big single drum in the front of it, and that just sort of moves along here, compacting materials. It does move side to side here, which is good. And you got the back end, which is sort of rounded off a little bit. You can sort of see there, you got your exhaust stack in the back. And yeah, this was the most recent soil compactor MOC I had done. It's yeah, no, I'm a lot happier with it. It's different than the last one I had done, and the only thing I had changed was the little side steps here. I ended up changing the pieces here, and I put another little step up here to get into the cab, and I flopped over the top lights. I had them going the opposite direction before, but yeah, no, it's yeah, it's a good size. It's not a really big one, which is good. It's good. You can basically get into small places, and yeah, it works quite well, to be honest, you know. And it's got just the right look, just the right shape. All right, and here we have the bulldozer, and this is a Lego City release. This is not a MOC. This is Lego City Set 60074. I have not done a lot to modify this. I thought it was perfect when it was released, and I'm really not interested in making another bulldozer because I just love this one so much. The only thing I did was I did put a couple of Lego tile pieces along the side here, just to close off some of those holes on the Technic piece. And the roof, instead of having double rotating beacon lights, I just put a single. But it's for me, this is a perfect a perfect construction vehicle. It's probably one of the best ones that Lego had done, in my opinion. There's just so much good to say about it. You know, there was so much detail and so much thought that was put into it. Everything from the suggestion of engine in the front, to the heavy-duty grille, to the large blade here that can sort of, you know, push your materials forward and back. And then you've got, of course, a ripper on the back. I really like this bulldozer, and that's why I've more or less kept it the same. It's yeah, it's not something I really want to change. I want to just sort of keep it as is, and just use it as is, because I think it's just that good. I don't think there's anything that I would want to change. I would love to see Lego do some more construction vehicles, especially of this quality. All right, and here we have just my my little skid steer tractor. Not meant to be super small one, but it's not meant to be one of the large ones either. These come in a variety of sizes, and you know, Lego had released a couple of them, but I just tried to come up with one on my own here, and I think I got the shapes right, especially when it comes to the back here. It is really a compact vehicle, and I don't have a ton to say about it, other than that I was just trying to get the overall look just right, and I think I was able to do that more or less here. Yeah, you got your bucket here in the front, which can sort of come up here. Now it doesn't stay in place. You kind of gotta maneuver it a little bit, but I mean, that's okay. You know, it's functional enough. And then your cab section here, it's on like a double hinge, so you can get your figures in, and then you can just sort of put your roll cage back in place here, and yeah, that's about it for this. This is just one of those small construction vehicles that I would say is a necessity. I might build another one in the future, maybe explore a different color scheme, but for now I'm quite happy with this one. All right, here's my dump truck, and this is this is a second version of a dump truck for me. It looks pretty good. I had seen a couple of dump trucks in this dark blue color, and I thought to myself that would look quite good as a mock. And yeah, so you know, I went ahead and I put it together, and you know what? I'm pretty pleased with the results here. You got your large dump bed here, and then you kind of got your doors in the back here that open, so you can release whatever materials you have in the dump bed. And then sort of come around here in the front. Oh, that was kind of nice. There we go. Put that back in place here. Actually, I'll just sort of lift up a bit. Kind of got your the roof lights that would be on top of a truck here. We got this nice metallic smokestack in the front here, and then you got your front bumper, which, you know, yeah, they kind of have that angled front bumper on both sides. I've seen a few trucks like that. I kind of like that. Yeah, no, it's a decent little truck, little dump truck. It's you know, and it's functional, and of course, if your tractor is just sort of pulling up to it with materials, you know, it just sort of comes up here, and you're able to dump the materials in the bed, more or less. But I mean, it's yeah, no, I do like it. In particular, the color here. I think that that dark blue color scheme for a dump truck is really nice. If you look closely, though, you can sort of see there's a couple of dark blue pieces that just don't seem to match the rest of the body. You know what? These are all Lego parts. I don't mix and match with other brands. I only use Lego. And I guess not all Lego pieces have the same quality, especially when it comes to the color, unfortunately. But again, you know, this is one that I'm quite happy with, and a must for any construction site. All right, last up here, not quite a construction vehicle, but I wanted to showcase this nonetheless. This was a Lego race car transporter at one point, but I ended up using this for basically for my construction vehicles, sort of transport them around. And it's just a truck and trailer. And you know, I did like the color scheme of the truck. I thought that was pretty good looking. It's your sort of semi truck here. I think they did a good job with this truck. And then the trailer itself, it's well, you know, it's just a standard trailer here. It's not really anything to write home about here, but it's functional. Like if you have a couple vehicles that you want to load onto the truck here, you know, we can just sort of start off with maybe the skid steer, kind of just sort of back it up onto the truck, park it in the back here, kind of, there we go, park your skid steer in the back, and we can bring up something else, maybe the little steamroller here, or the soil compactor. Just park it on the back. You just chain these vehicles down, and then yeah, you know, you're all good. You can sort of transport them, and to me that makes sense. That's something I would like Lego to kind of maybe do. You know, maybe they could make something like this where you've got a truck, a transporter truck with a couple of tractors, large tractors on the back. That's something that's functional and has a lot of playability. I think that would be a great set for Lego to do. You know, as I said earlier, I really would like to see, you know, maybe some more construction vehicles, getting back into that theme. You know, there was a point in the early 2000s where you'd walk into the stores and you would see, you know, nice diorama of Lego vehicles set up in what looks like a construction site or a quarry. I'd really like to see them get back to something like that. All right, so that's it. We got through all of them. So I hope you enjoyed having a look at all my construction vehicles. As I said, you know, the majority of these are MOCs, and it's really only the two that are more Lego City sets. But you know, it's nice to have a collection like this, and in the future, you never know, I might be adding more. I might be modifying some of these and making them, or just enhancing them. But overall, for now, I'm quite happy with how everything is and how everything looks. So yeah, so I think we're just going to end it there. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can.